Hi, I'm Nikki Butler. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm an autistic ADHDer. So in my mini-series, I am busting some of the myths around autism, particularly female autism. And I feel very passionately about some of the stereotypes that are still in place today that are very limiting, both for those of us that are female autistics, but also for society and how we're perceived and received, and how limiting it can be when we are trying to feel part of society. So one of the myths that I'm going to bust today is around autistic females and males, but autistic females not being able to have friends or to enjoy social interactions. And that's just not true. So I'm going to be really transparent. I do find social interactions very, very difficult. I used to socialise in my youth, and actually on reflection, a lot of that was fueled with alcohol. So I'm not a drinker. I've never really been a big drinker, but I would have to have a few drinks to go out socially because it would be so overwhelming. So some of the challenges for me with my autism are auditory overwhelm. So if something's very, very noisy, there are lots of people around, I find it very hard to concentrate. It's quite anxiety provoking and it's quite overwhelming. Similarly on a sensory level, with like too much lighting, like loud noises, just a busy environment is difficult. And when I was younger and I was able to socialise, I would actually numb that sensory overwhelm with a couple of drinks before I went out. That's just my experience. I happen to know a lot of autistic females that are incredibly social. They absolutely love socialising and seeing friends. They are great fun, and they are able to have sustainable friendships. Again, that's something I personally really struggled with, but I can name many people that are able to do that. So I think don't make assumptions that autistic females can't have friendships or don't want friendships. What I would say is that I have desperately wanted to have that connection and to be seen, to be heard, to be able to be truly myself my entire life. And I have really struggled, I think partly because I didn't know I was autistic and ADHD. So I do believe there is something very different about growing up knowing that you're autistic and ADHD. And I think I would have chosen different friends, I would have chosen different environments if I'd had that level of awareness. But I have a best friend, and I've had a best friend for years. And I think even through childhood, I was somebody that would have one friend that I felt close to, and one sort of friend that I was able to be more myself with. And I treasure those moments. I treasure, you know, my friendship, and that's very valuable to me. But I think that, you know, there's two sides to the story. That if you know somebody that's autistic and you think that they're incredibly social and they love socialising, great, that's great. Just be aware there may be a consequence on the other side of that. So you may find that they're incredibly fatigued and overwhelmed and burnt out for a couple of days or longer after the social interaction. So they might need to retreat, to retract and have some quiet time. And equally, if somebody is very quiet and doesn't want to engage in big social events, they may love to spend time with you on a one-to-one basis and to have meaningful conversations and to really connect and open up to you. So if you can think of anybody in your life that this kind of topic might make you reflect on, spend a little bit of time just maybe asking the questions, just connecting on a deeper level, and understanding whether or not the autistic females in your life may just need something a little different to you, or from you. But absolutely, this is going to dispel the myth that women with autism, or autistics in general, don't have friends or don't have social interactions. It's just not true.